been a while since I've done one of these videos. I've been really frustrated with the 0.6 line of models, primarily the lateral control just gets really wonky between each version, whether it be the MPC or the path plan or the path poly from the model, just causing all kinds of havoc. But I really am enjoying the LQR logic a lot. I was really surprised that it was just I was able to just drop it right in with my lateral control, with removing some the integration for that's in the LQR, and then doing a little bit to get rid of overlapping PID error whenever I found that LQR. So anyway, I found that LQR and the P, or the proportional error, conflict or overlap with each other very strongly in the positive direction, or in the as they go away from zero, but they complement each other coming towards zero. So I've disabled the P value whenever the angle is increasing, and I apply it whenever it's decreasing. That helps the response back towards center quite a bit. I've really embraced the feed forward value for angle and rate. It complements LQR very well, and the integration is used for both. And I've found even greater use for the poly centering. I am feeding the poly center error back into PID or PIF for the immediate proportional error, but also I'm feeding it as a offset to the torque value bred in from CAN to the LQR. So basically I'm able to do a fast compensation of torque on both the PIF and the LQR to make immediate corrections whenever the car is starting to head off center. Even when it's following the path plan closely, it still needs to react very fast to the heading off center. Just like a race car, basically you don't want to change your path consistently unless you absolutely have to. If you have to replace or refactor your path, then it's probably because you've already screwed it up anyway in your host. So, but corrections have to be made all the time, and those corrections have to be very fast and they're not precise. They're just adjustments. So that's what the poly centering logic is really good for. So it's actually, for the first time in months, increased the number of turns that this car is able to make because of the limited torque value or torque that it has. And that's because it's conserving the torque, using it for good instead of evil. Or, if it's hard earned, then it's going to hold on to it instead of just giving it up because of some bad angle. So this is my benchmark turn, which I've been just having the hardest time for the last couple months making. But with 5.x, I was able to make it just no problem on my custom branch. I could rarely make it with a stock branch, but with LQR and with poly centering feeding into LQR, I'm able to make this turn with actually with the smallest number of corrections. It's actually it's making it much more like a one turn. It did get a little bit far to the left there, but I'm not going to blow away the video for that, so we just have to forgive it. Anyway, now I'm going to go to the highway and do like a time lapse to see, so you can see how well it does at speed.